Hello, everyone, and welcome to our session. The topic of our educational event today is part 2 of reshaping our world, the impact of AI on the potential impact of AI on our lives. And as usual, at the point of start of this event, let me tell you a little bit about myself and a little bit about the project that we are working on. My name is Paul Arsov, and I'm the founder of the Decentralized Web project. Recently, we did release a marketplace and collection of NFTs. What is interesting, unique, and special about these NFTs is that they're based on three-dimensional objects. With three-dimensional objects, there has to be special software which loads and displays these three-dimensional objects, and most often this software is a game engine, and most often there just two popular choices of game engines which creators of 3D objects can use for displaying of their 3D objects. Basically, there is the choice of one game engine called Unity and another game engine called Unreal. But at the very beginning of our project, we decided to build our own 3D software engine. And what it does is it opens a window on a computer screen. Then it loads the three-dimensional object of the 3D, and it starts animating this 3D NFT in the way of moving it in and around the window in a random fashion constantly. But in addition to this initial capability of our 3D NFTs, we did add multiple additional capabilities to our 3D software engine and for our 3D NFTs. The first capability of our 3D NFT is the capability of speaking. The 3D NFTs can speak in one of three basic voices. The 3D NFTs can speak either in a male voice or in a female voice or in a whisper kind of a voice. In addition to the three basic voices, there are three different flavors of voices which the 3D NFTs can speak with. The 3D NFTs can speak either in a normal speed, or they can speak in a fast speed, or they can speak in a slow speed manner. And if, for example, we take male voice and it is spoken in a slow speed manner, then this voice can come as the voice of an old person or the voice of a very masculine person. And if, on the other hand, we take female voice and it is spoken with a fast speed, then this voice can come as the voice of a funny person or the voice of a little girl. So that's it regarding to the speaking capability. The next capability for our 3D NFTs that we're having is the capability of recognizing voice commands. For example, if we have a 3D NFT which is loaded and on a window and it is animated, it is moving in a random fashion constantly, then we can issue our very first voice command to the 3D NFT to stop moving. And then the 3D NFT is going to stand still and stop moving. Then we can issue additional voice commands to the 3D NFT to move left, move right, move up, move down, zoom in, zoom out, rotate. And then the 3D NFT is going to fulfill each of these separate voice commands and move left, then move right, move up, then move down, come closer, zoom in, go farther away, zoom out, or rotate. So that's it regarding to the voice recognition capability. The next capability that we're having for our 3D NFTs is the capability of them having basic artificial intelligence. Wow, really wow. You can ask the 3D NFT what is your name, and then the 3D NFT is going to respond back with their name. You can ask the 3D NFT who are you, and then the 3D NFT is going to reply in few sentences of who they are. You can ask the 3D NFT to describe something, for example, describe Web3 or describe decentralization or describe Russia. And then the 3D NFT is going to describe in few sentences about Web3 or about decentralization or about the country called Russia. And the last but not least important capability of our 3D NFTs is the capability of us, the users, seeing them, the 3D NFTs, in real 3 dimensions. Currently, we have a version of the 3D NFT which is displayed on a flat two-dimensional computer screen, and we are using our imagination to imagine the 3D NFT in real 3 dimensions on a two-dimensional computer screen. But like we are going to be offering a second version of the 3D NFTs, and this second version of the 3D NFTs is going to be displayed in a way of stereoscopics. So what stereoscopics means is that part of the 3D NFT is going to be displayed in red or reddish colors, and another part of the 3D NFTs is going to be displayed in blue or bluish colors. Then you, the user, can come to our 3D NFT marketplace, click on a collection, and then you're going to see a link to accessories that we are offering in our 3D NFT project. And out there on this page you're going to see an image and a separate page for special glasses that we are offering for our users. So you can click and order one pair of these glasses, and when you receive these glasses you are going to see that one lens of these glasses is red and the other lens of these glasses is blue. Then you can put these glasses on. You can request displaying of the 3D NFT in a way of stereoscopics, and then you're going to see the 3D NFT as coming out of the flat two-dimensional computer screen, and you're going to see it in real 3 dimensions. So that's it regarding to the 3D NFTs and our 3D software engine and its capabilities. But let me tell you a little bit also about our 3D NFT marketplace, and so what we are offering and what we have is unique and special as well. Our 3D NFT marketplace is predominantly oriented towards offering 3-dimensional objects. Basically, we believe that the NFT market, which currently is steady and it's composed predominantly of offers with like projects, marketplaces, and buyers and sellers getting and having predominantly 2-dimensional JPEG or PNG images. But we believe that the 3D NFT market and like projects, marketplaces, and buyers and sellers, they're going to move in the direction of 3D. And so like we're one of the very first companies which are offering 3D NFTs based on 3-dimensional objects. And so like what is special and unique about our marketplace, in addition to just offering 3D NFTs, is that we are having our own blockchain instance. It runs Ethereum software, and it runs the same software which is like composed and running Ethereum mainnet and multiple other major crypto coins which we are witnessing in existence. So it runs the same software as I mentioned, Ethereum mainnet, and also Polygon Matic, Avalanche AVAX, and like multiple other coins and tokens which are on the crypto market. What is the difference between, for example, Ethereum mainnet blockchain and our blockchain instance is the network ID of the blockchain. The network ID of Ethereum mainnet is 1, and the network ID of our blockchain instance is 124. So by offering, by having our own blockchain instance, then we do not require our users to pay gas fees for and like deploying of the smart contracts for the non-fungible tokens, and paying gas fees for transactions of ownership from one user to another user. And in addition to this, like we essentially are detaching the like listing of a collection from a popular blockchain. We are attaching it to our own blockchain instance, and we offer our users to use multiple crypto coins for buying and then selling of 3D NFTs. Currently, creators on standard NFT collections based on two-dimensional images, they go to marketplaces and when they list their collection, they have to choose a single crypto coin, and all of the buying and selling of these NFTs is done in a single crypto coin. But in our project, we have a choice of currently 4 different crypto coins which our users can use for buying and selling of 3D NFTs on our marketplace. Currently, our users can do the buying and selling in either Solana Sol or in Polygon Matic or in Avalanche Avax or Qcoin, which is a big centralized crypto exchange. They have a blockchain and coin called KCS. In addition to our users having the capability of buying and selling entirely in crypto, we have a second parallel independent way of buying and selling of our 3D NFTs directly in fiat currency. I can give an example of, let's say, you are an user who comes to our 3D NFT marketplace. You're browsing through the collection of NFTs. You see an NFT which you want to buy. Then you're making a choice, when it comes to payment, there's a list of choices, 4 different crypto coins, and then it is followed by a choice of paying in fiat currency. Let's say you select paying in fiat currency, and then you can put your debit or credit card. You can click on the button to make a payment, and then you're going to be having transaction from your national fiat currency to this transaction is deducted from your debit or credit card. Then it is converted to US dollars, and it is deposited in our bank account, and then there's a transfer of ownership, the initial ownership from our marketplace to you, and you become user, and you become owner of this 3D NFT. Then let's say you start enjoying and using this 3D NFT, and at some point you can decide to offer this 3D NFT for sale. Then what happens is after a while, maybe there's a second user coming to our marketplace. They're browsing through our 3D NFTs. They see a 3D NFT that they like, and let's say this 3D NFT is belonging to the first user who is the current owner of this 3D NFT. Let's say the second user decides to buy this 3D NFT and pay with fiat currency instead of cryptocurrency. So what is going to happen is there is going to be a transaction, and the second user is going to use their debit or credit card. This payment in national fiat currency of the second user is converted to US dollars. It is deposited in our bank account, and then what we're going to be having is transfer of ownership from the first owner of this 3D NFT to the second user, and the second user becomes owner of this 3D NFT after this payment in fiat currency. Then what is going to happen is there is going to be a transfer from our bank account and conversion from US dollars to the national fiat currency of the first user, and this transfer is then deposited in the bank account of the first user, who is now a former owner of the 3D NFT, but have the proceedings of the sale in their bank account. So what I described is the second parallel and independent way of buying and selling of 3D NFTs, in addition to buying and selling of 3D NFT in 4 different crypto coins which our users can use, and they can do buying and selling either in crypto, or they can do buying and selling in fiat currency. With this said, I would be ending the little introduction of our project and coming back to the topic of today. But before doing this, I like to mention the URL and the name of our 3D NFT marketplace. It is 3dnft.decentralizedweb.org. 3D NFT is written in a way of the number 3 followed by the letter D followed by 3 other letters NFT, and it is all together 3D NFT. Then there is a dot, then there are 2 words, decentralized and web. They're typed all together, decentralized web. Then there is dot, and it ends with org. Once again, 3dnft.decentralizedweb.org. On the bottom of every page, you can see the icons of the social networks that we post on. You can click and become a follower of in one or more of these social networks, and you can get notified about events just like the event today, which is Sunday, and the event happens on Instagram Live, and the event is a video plus audio event. With this said, let's come back to the topic of today, which is part 2 of reshaping our world, the potential impact of AI on our lives. So I'm going to start the event with a little repetition, and in the previous part 1 presentation, we started comparing physical and digital, physical and virtual, and what is going to be impact, and specifically we looked and in 3 areas. which we spent our time primarily on. We spent our time with our partners, with our families, and with our entertainments. But like if we are looking, going briefly throughout this, let's say like we're looking at AI partnerships, and let's say we're in 2030, and a friend of ours is in a loving and emotionally fulfilling relationship with artificial intelligence. Our friend has designed their partner to completely satisfy their physical and emotional requirements. They spend time together in virtual reality every night, and our friend wears a headset in their apartment. Our friend routinely generates high fidelity videos, and these are video dates of the two of them. And when they have sex, our friend is using sex technology that is synced with the video which is generated, and whatever he or his partner are wanting and doing. Um, our friends' mirror neurons do not know the difference. At the level of brain chemistry, our friend is actually experiencing reality. Um, but let's look at the second area, and this second area is about AI and family life. Let's imagine we have a son, and let's imagine that our son has a daily interaction with an artificial intelligence, which is a mentor, it is a friend, a therapist, and a tutor, all at once. This AI is our son's go-to person for any need that he has. The AI is trained on all of the world knowledge of positive psychology, and it models emotional control for our son in their interactions. We no longer need to assist him with homework. That's how, and that's now AI, AI's job. And at first, we could have been skeptical, and like we could have doubted this relationship, but since the like our son began talking with this AI companion, we are noticing a newfound maturity, and he is starting to thrive in his school. And then let's look at the area of AI and entertainment, and imagine like a theoretical virtual reality headset that could fully trick all of our senses with perfect fidelity. We put our headset on, and we see the highest resolution, perfect visual of, for example, the Grand Canyon, and or some other natural beauty. in front of us. And if we could see perfect visuals, we can hear the birds chirping, we can feel the wind on our face, we can smell the grass, and we can feel the warm sun on the top of our head and our face and our neck. And every sense is fully covered to the point where our brain is basically tricked into believing we are actually looking at the Grand Canyon. And when we take the headset off, then let's ask ourselves, would we still want to go to the Grand Canyon in person? So that's a rhetoric question, but like what I described is basically touching the personal area of us. But let's look at actually the business area, and let's look from the point of view of a marketer or a business owner or some employee in a project. So like what a brand could be doing when we're caught between the physical and the digital world. The opportunity for brands is to help us feel comfortable on either side, to move us from personal liminal space to a more full and unabashed inhabitants on either side. Our mini world's future hasn't fully arrived yet, but the good news for brands is that we can already anticipate the consumer needs that will emerge and become more salient in the future. On the side of old-fashioned reality, that means helping people get more out of life and to experience reality more richly. And on the digital side, this means reducing shame and reducing barriers to entry. So what we could be having is activating awe, and many of us are looking to rewild and return to a more primal existence. There are already reports today of the surging interest in outdoor survival courses, in nature schools, and in wilderness therapy. Sure, we all like to dunk on Zoomers who invent the classics when they put their phones down. So-called silent walking, which is a TikTok trend from last year, and it is probably the greatest offender in this category. But taking seriously those inventions betray real desire for a less mediated experience of the reality. Awe is used to be a daily occurrence. Humanity spent most of its history literally awestruck by the awesome forces of nature. Just imagine going about our day tens of thousands of years ago and experiencing spontaneous and uh, like wonder of the total solar eclipse which comes to us without warning. And so what we could do at that particular moment, tens of thousands of years ago, is to tremble in fear and bow in reverence. The roots of humanity, religious impulse, most likely arises from a wellspring of awe, just like the one I just described. And this already allowed a desire in our culture to experience more awe and wonder in our daily lives, to re-enchant ourselves in this enchanted world. This unmet need is only going to become more glaring as we move further and as we move into digital worlds. Like there are reliable ways we can bring more awe in our lives. Some psychologists recommend the obvious thing like mindfulness, slowing down, paying attention, and truly noticing the world around us. But like we could routinely in daily walks for this purpose. Sublimity and danger is another obvious one, which means overcoming challenges and being in the presence of forces greater than ourselves. This is all clear terrain for outdoor brands, but what is most revelatory about like this type of experiences is that our greatest and most reliable source of awe comes from observing the moral beauty of others. So when we witness the simple goodness of others, not even the heroism of them, we feel awe. We become happier and more likely to pass on goodness ourselves. Then we could be looking to experiences which take us to the extreme. As the cost-benefit analysis of engaging in real-life changes, as our posture towards reality shifts from default to opt-in, what is reality, new job to be done? What will people want out of their rarefied forays into collectivity? The explosion of recent interest in polyamory or in the maximalist aesthetics or in psychedelics or in adventure travel or in extreme fitness, the meditation retreats and immersive experiences. All of this suggests that reality will be increasingly used to satisfy our desire for extremes. The new cultural thought is if I'm engaging with reality, it better be worth it. Um, Reality means unparalleled in its ability to push us to the edge of our experiential possibility, and consumers will reward the brands that give them permission to go there. This sharp pivot away from the saccharine, share-worthy experience of an earlier era that optimizes for photo quality of the experience of actual emotional enjoyment. Um, the middle or the dreaded zone of neutrality has always been the danger zone for brands, and we can expect the pressure to ratchet up. Expected, normal, and typical are all positions that are poised to become increasingly risky for brands to inhabit in the near future. It is likely that consumers don't want to live reality. Um, it is just that reality is letting us down, not having um, kept pace with the technology undergoing the pandemic that left us in the mark on our creativity. And we can take the example of experiences like naked food consumption, and experiences like this are clearly touching a nerve right now. If rubbing elbows literally while dining naked isn't our thing, then rest assured, because an exciting crop of startups are popping up to build a new social infrastructure to combat our ballooning feeling of alienation. Like we all feel a vague sense of lack in our being, and we don't know where it came from. We spent our entire lives trying to fill in, but most often we never succeed. Try as we might, our relationship will lack with lack is symptotic. We can only approach, but we can never truly feel it. This nagging feeling is what many brands are in the business of today, whether they realize it or not. And if not, and the brands of tomorrow will be increasingly called upon to address it. The time is now for brands to get weird, to take chances and be anything but neutral. The winning brands of tomorrow will be the ones that recognize our growing desire to live in the extreme. And we have to be looking to giving us rituals. For example, digital detoxes are old news. We're now beginning to trumpet the virtues of boredom. We may have noticed that the do nothing thread in popular psychology, like for example titles how to do nothing, resisting the attention economy, or title like do nothing, how to break away from overworking, or a title like overdoing and underliving, or a title the power of boredom, while boredom is essential for creating a mindful life. um, these titles reflect the collective consciousness raising of just how taken are we have become by our phone-based experience and existence. Um, it, uh, this reflects a collective consciousness raising of just how taken we have become in our phone-based existence. We are living in what has been called a dopamine culture, um, and like for a business model of tech platforms, which is addiction. In the past, gambling, alcohol, and cigarettes were our primary addictive businesses, and they were easily sequestered and regulated. But now, addiction to online experiences as a business model comes in many forms, mostly dressed up in banal clothing. And the problem will only become worse as we move from phones to the more enticing worlds on offer with spatial computing and artificial intelligence. Consumers will increasingly be looking for slowness, for silence, for boredom, for deliberateness, and greater intentionality in their lives as a countervailing energy. This presents an opportunity for brands to build more ritual in their brand experiences. And rituals provide space for pauses and puncturing pauses in our daily rhythms. Pauses create necessary distances to let experience in and help us to be in the moment. We already are struggling to stay grounded today, and rituals help us do that. And by putting some friction in the user experience of social media, um, like some social offers are standing out. But any brand is capable of leveraging friction and ritual in their user experience. Our future users will thank us for any gift of pausing that we are giving them. And we have to give ourselves permission to have positive visions of the future. Have you noticed the lack of optimistic vision in our social future lately? It is true. Brands most often talk to the individual and not the collective. And their oriented towards the present and not the future. They speak to our present, but rarely to our future. In um, in polite conversations these days, if our audience positive vision for the future, we're likely to have our sanity and our intelligence questioned. This is a natural result of the negative economy that ordains in the media and in specifically in social media. Yet the people who will be the first citizens of the world have an immense amount of optimism about the future. Like still, AI prognostications are largely criticized. There are many people who think the future will be incredible and are ready to live in that world right now, breaking from the reality others call home. The techno-optimism among us is badly need new narratives, and brands have an opportunity to furnish them changing culture. We will surely look to brands to help us feel like early adopters some of us badly want to be. Who is going to do but to do this but brands? The government is certainly not going to solve this problem, nor will citizens on their own. And brands have to need to heed this call and like tighten loose culture. The culture so certain needs to be defined. The best brands will solve the emerging many worlds tension and give us permission to be the people we long to be. They will see our unmet needs and advocate for them, conditioning the rest of the market in the process. Those among us who will choose to be initial explorers of the AI world's relationships and friendships will need permission. And finally, everyone will need to come home. Picture the universe expanding, the galactic centers of heat, light, and gravity that are constantly spreading out, leaving vast empty space between them. As we think about what it means to be caught between worlds, this is what is it like clustering with a vast emptiness in between. It is now vitally important for everyone to find their strong the strong tie community, the galactic center of gravity. So we will need help moving more fully into whatever world we want to live in. And we will need help figuring out the norms and rules in these new artificial worlds, managing the friction that naturally occurs between them. Brands must do this for us. Our rules are built for a shared world that no longer exist. This has been an eulogy for that world. But like any good eulogy, it should not leave us despairing. And with this, I'm ending this presentation. It is time to build. And thank you for viewing. Thank you for coming and listening to part 2 of reshaping our world, potential impact of AI on our lives. Once again, I'd like to invite you to come and join our communities, and you can find them when you go to our 3D NFT marketplace, and the name and the URL of our 3D NFT marketplace is 3dnft.decentralizedweb.org. 3D NFT is typed in a way of the number 3 followed by the letter D followed by 3 other letters NFT. Altogether 3D NFT. Then there is dot. Then there are 2 words, decentralized and web. Decentralized web, and then there is dot, and it ends with org. 3dnft.decentralizedweb.org. On the bottom of every page you can see the icons of the social networks that we post on. You can click on one or more, become a follower, and then get notified about recurring events, just like the event today. And today is Sunday. The event is happening on the social channel of Instagram, and this is recurring event happening every week on different topic. Thank you for coming. Thank you for viewing. Have a nice day. Have a nice evening, and goodbye.